To Unconquered Training, volume WOD number 16, sweet 16, happy days. We'll get into it pretty quickly. Just before we do that, again, like every day, roll through those joints pretty quickly. Take you 3 to 4 minutes to get through that before you get into this lunge, a bit of a lunge complex to warm up the legs for Annie. Today we're looking at that classic CrossFit workout called Annie. 100 pull-up, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats. Obviously not everybody has pull-up bars, so we'll work on that. We'll talk to you guys about options when we get there, and then a good ROM WOD to finish the day. So there's today is Friday. So, you know, happy Easter. Hopefully everything's going okay. Hopefully Scott Morrison hasn't closed all the beaches on us because there's swell. Anyway, if he has, stay away from the beach, please. 20 overhead walking lunges, 20 kettlebell lateral lunges, 20 dumbbell reverse lunge. Now I know it changes from overhead, like from a overhead, which would be a dumbbell probably, to a kettlebell to a dumbbell. If you only have one implement, just use the one, that's fine. So overhead lunge, if I go down, if I pick a 10-meter space to work in, and if I go right hand, if I go 10 meters, now a couple of different ways we can do it. You know, I like to bring my knee up, come on through, stabilizing through, knee up, 10 steps. Alrighty, or I can just walk through as a bit of a scaling option, get to the end of that 10 meters, turn around, do the left arm. Alright, awesome. Stabilizing shoulders, working hard. Again, we spoke about yesterday about pushing through that back foot, pushing through that front, was it heel?
Foot.
Yeah, pushing so I'm coming straight up, stepping, pushing hard and through as I'm doing those lunges. So I'm not moving forward, you know, into that, you know, shearing into that knee. Lateral lunges, so classic. I struggle with this movement because my groin is so tight. I can rack that here and I sit across, lunging across again. I'm trying to bias that knee across. I can rack it here, I can rack it here. No, I'm not going to go overhead. Back to center. Sit across, back to center. Sit across, back to center. So 10 on each side. Straight into a dumbbell reverse lunge. So dumbbell can go down at the side. Again, I can rack it on the front rack. I can back rack. Opposite to what we were doing. I like to have it down here. I'm going to step back, drive on up. Step back, drive on up. I find when I do my reverse lunge, I get a lot more hip flexor stretch because I'm stepping that back, and that's that classic couch stretch position. I'm nice and long through there. And that's essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to warm up those hip flexors, we're trying to warm up those hips. So when it comes to that last movement of the day of our squats, we're still feeling like we're moving pretty well. We're actually feeling like those squats are going along really nicely. One times through that little complex, so 20, 20, 20, 60 in total. That'll give you a good glute burn if you get an opportunity to get out in those budgie smugglers or bikinis for the weekend. Yes. You're looking money with that sort of stuff. Into Annie, 100 pull-ups. So those that have pull-up bars, you can do a band assisted pull-up, you can do a jumping pull-up. You can look at a dumbbell row. So I can go a dumbbell row here, and we'll go 50 reps on each arm. There, single arm dumbbell row. I can do a barbell row, so we don't have a barbell anymore, you guys have all got them. So overhand, underhand, as a rowing movement. There, overhand. I can do a pull-up from underneath the dining room table. Underneath a bench, if I have a bench, I can jump underneath there. Let's see if we can kind of half mimic that, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe. Might be a bit short. But if you imagine if it was up here, you know, and I'm pulling and down, it's a bit short. And if I'm here and I'm pulling, it's a tough movement. You know, it's hard, and it's really hard to scale that, so you might want to look at scaling numbers for that sort of stuff. So those are your pull-up options. Anything else that you can think of, I might even tie a band up and overhead and do it as a banded pull down. That's another great option for that sort of stuff. Push up, classic push up. Chest to the ground, push on back out to lockout. Again, you're going to do those in sets and reps. Onto the knees. There's my scaling option there. I can reduce the range by putting a towel underneath my chest, but making sure we get connection between whatever we've brought that height up to. No point putting a dumbbell underneath my chest and then going and not even touching it. I'm going to give myself a guide to where my bottom position is. I'm going to hit that bottom position, then push on back out to lock out. Yeah? Sit up. Again, down on the ground. Those that have some ab mats, or you can use a towel, folded up towel underneath, just underneath behind your butt there, just so you don't get that big scar on your butt. Throw my hands, sit up in front. I like to have my legs out so I can fit my massive chest between my knees. 100 reps. There's the joke for the day. That's the dad joke for the day. Here we go.
It is a big chest, Paul.
Into 100 squats.
Squat, yeah.
Crease of the hip below the crease of the knee and stand. Classic workout. Cool thing about this is you guys will have a time. There'll be a time on the Wodify that you can compare to what's going on.
100%.
Obviously be aware that we're in a different environment, so take that sort of stuff into account, where you're working, maybe quicker, maybe faster, but at least you have a guide as to where you should be, and how hard you want to push for this sort of stuff.
That's awesome.
Into our stretch. If you're on the Zoom with Richie, you're going to do a run through a 10-15 minute ROMWOD with Richie. Otherwise, those that are doing this stuff on their own, good stretch out of the entire body. Work your way through. You guys will be sore after this week. There's been plenty of stuff thrown at you this week. I know I'm pretty sore and bound up, and really looking forward to a rest day. Hope you guys have an awesome Easter. Hopefully the Easter Bunny comes and visits. Go for it. Be overindulgent. Happy days.
Yep.
Get that chocolate into you. All good. We'll work it off next week.
You. Yeah, boo.
Yeah, boo.